Something more. I think I should take it. Yeah, it's battery charging. Hold on. Yeah, well, it's charging. I think this may be the lock to this. Maybe we will really have a lot of this. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. I don't think it is, but I could be. The whole. No, I don't think it is. I don't think it is. What about yeah. Tomorrow when we do it. And there's you just stop and hang it. You just wait. There we go. Oh, now that's not even I believe that bad. I think cat. I could just listen. Against stuff. Against something. All of our resources, all of our try some form. So and we're all in protest days in the army. Then in August of 2018, the army got we lost a lot of our dear friends, fortunately, and that means that what happened is that when the massacres that happened, our country signed some kind of agreement, and finally we were able to overthrow that was able to declare there. And we had a democratic country. I think it's within the beginning of 2023, we're finally 30 years we had no just time for holding the country in Americans, the wrong time. Your finance were able to get it covered as finally throwing their time where I was very inspired to work on the health policies for years to create as much change as I can. And I had to go. I'm not gonna say it was easier. I gave it a time where it was a time of transition. The government was not as stable. Actually, the first minister to take over to lead federal ministry of health at the time was Dr. Akram Ali Charles. He can help us a lot. The first time when we had someone who's actually control and it just felt change. And it was like, this is our time. You came in, everyone was like, it's time to help our veteran. And you were working, and I was the policy and it really happened. And where yeah, I'm just standing and somebody come in. We said, on the side, read office. And he said, don't touch it. We told the international and he said, don't touch it. Where we see the overall, so talk about things, politics about WHO and the Venus, the United Nations and human rights statements, and this is where Stan is finally being outside. People are priorities. Know the problem that she suffered from. I think it was this way. Yes. Why? It's death. Right? But I was promoted to be the head of that department then. And I was like, well, that helps Sudan actually get back in the WHO. But yeah, because we had one that's we were needing to vote, we were able to represent properly. We made sure that, or yeah, by creating you can people that all okay. So this is the fun thing about Sudan. They're very much very fun. So during my time working in the ministry, I worked for 7 different ministries in 10 years. So yeah, that was serious things. And throughout that time, every time we changed, we had to start from scratch every meeting. But it worked out. And still, there was a goal. So we had a different perspective. It was amazing. But then the army and militia, that's great. So there's a militia that's leading the war in a region in a country called Darfur. And the militia and the army came together. And they looked at it and they're like, okay, well, how do we create? Run by million. But in 2021, October, the art, okay, there was a cookie fence. We were exposed that was completely shut. No internet, no phone calls. You can never know what happens. The army is all over the streets. They kidnapped that prime minister, kidnapped all the ministers. It didn't know time. I was because of my work, I had to leave my house and I to the capital. And I remember I couldn't get in touch with my parents. I could not get TV at down with the level. It only was about the internet and video game. And it's one so that was one of the things why that I got me thinking what going on. I did not reach my dad. I just know me myself, my sister. I didn't know what the life was not what happened to my friends. And I actually knew about it because my cousin in America got it in the news and called me back home, but do not leave the house. The news army are everywhere. You could get killed. Started hearing gunshots, a guy, it's horrible. And then after that, I'm like, they decided to come to agreement. And we had another document that was run by the European Army. And that went on 22. But in 2023, uh, he was able to specifically, the militia, they had, the militia was supposed to, or was it with the army? They decided waffles. They decided to start and kill every piece. And unfortunately, when this happened, I was in Pearl. It literally started like 5 neighborhoods behind me. So this is what happens instead. And side that we want to run told them enough. And they're like, well, then you can't move, you can't events, you know, and it wasn't even funny. So the funny thing about the Melissa is that they bring 14-year-old children that they come to that. 16, they're like, do whatever you want. So you just have to. You are looking at a lot. You are like, you look at your school difference. You look at our stuff. In with my aunt and your cousin saying to me, we didn't know what to do. We did not run house. It was their holy Monday, Ramadan, was the day before we had our big celebration preaching. And honestly didn't know how we were gonna live. It started by just gunshots. I was eating from that day. And then one of my friends told me that don't leave your house the militia is probably a bad city that I travel from. Just like though I don't believe it, but do not believe it. I woke up, I was very shocked. The news, and it was everywhere. This was not the worst part. It was a lot of my on their phones. I was trying to get involved to my cousins. I mean, they were, the university is next to where this shit is. We didn't get a hold of them the militia got into the university. We started arresting people. My cousin went to get his car and they put a gun on his head. On there like, if I were you, or would you just be like, he's a 16-year-old. He was trying to get him, his friends, and his sister out of that place. And he got so scared, he didn't want to leave the university. His sister ran away with her friends and tried to get to a safe house away from the university. They just ran with their car and nothing. He stayed there for 4 hours. His phone died. We get hold of him. Fortunately, one of his friends we were able to get to. Also, the funny thing is they closed the bridges, so you lived in a place where you had to cross the bridge. And that Khartoum had three bridges, three different cities that are connected by bridges because we're over the Nile. No one could get home. If you were stuck in Khartoum, you can get to Umdurman or Bam. Their families were there. Even to not. So if you're stuck in the capital, you're just stuck in the capital. So a couple of hours later, the phone calls go down, the internet goes down, you cannot do anything, not leave your house. And fortunately, my cousins were halfway, they went to the safe town with their cousins. They were 16, 17-year-old kids, all stuck in this very big house with no house whatsoever. I was stuck with my family. And I was like, it's not going to be intense. There's always intense there. But this time it was different. It started with gunshots. And then later on, it was just, and it was so bad. I was sleeping in my bed. I still remember this. So like, oh, I'm just sleeping now. I laughed a lot. And I woke up with a missile 2 streets into my house. It was so bad that all the cars in the street started. I did so on Twitter at that time before the internet button. They said just don't be around. And I was like, oh, I I started running out of my room and in front to my left and to my right are windows side. I was just on the ground. 5 minutes after 20 aircrafts started flying over my house. So I was like, okay, this is good. This is it. And I never thought I would be here one day or one day just seeing them having all job, whatever happens. And I don't know, I can never describe how bad the situation is. But yeah. Later on, internet got back. We started opening social media, and then started. And as you know, they started to. One man was going back to his house. They just took him in and killed him. His family was not getting him in 3 days. They knew he died on the street, but they couldn't leave him much because they were all just surrounded by the militia. And the army and the militia decided to start the war side immediately. That's so against, that's like against every international law. And they just didn't care. One side was uneducated and one side just did not care. Just the army. And okay, so the funny thing is that militia is actually very much in the third countries. The militia that is in Sudan is the same militia that is used to fight the war in Yemen. Is the same militia that the UAE, Saudi kind of use sometimes for their wars. So they have a lot of guns, a lot of them. The man, his name is Hiti. He started from being a sheep. I don't know what you guys call these people, but he used to just be a barber. Then he started being a thief, and then he started selling gold through borders, and then all the gangsters around the world, all the big uh, gold people decided that this man is amazing. Let's give him guns. Let him do whatever he wants. And he was the reason behind the genocide of Darfur. And because of him, he got Wagner into Sudan, which is the same people causing the war in Ukraine. And he had a very big coalition with Russia. So our war is very complicated. It's running by so many foreign interests. It's not even, um, I don't know, So what happened to me is that fortunately, I had a parent call me that like 5 days into the war, and she was like, "I'm not gonna die in here." And I was like, "I don't want to die here too." And she was like, "Okay, we have to take this decision. We have to leave. Like, what are we gonna do?" She lives literally 10 minutes away, but she could not get to me. Had to leave my house that day with a bag, decided to just walk down the street and try to get to the main road, the highway, that I can travel from out of the state. The main road, if you travel to the main road at that time, it's there. So if you get there, they would steal your gold and kill you away. We found a way, like literally behind out of the highway. It's like even if some people don't usually travel, 'cause it's a really, really bad road, which is like, okay, we can't stay. We have to. So ready to sleep, and I was like, I'm just not gonna die. If I die, I'd rather die at my hometown. And she was like, it's safer there. The militia didn't get there. So I went to that street, and fortunately she was able to get me. And it was me, her young children, 3 children. And we found a man who would be able to drive the car for us, even if you're a woman and you wanted to drive it, just shoot you. And after that happened, I'd say I'm best because we got stopped by two checkpoints. We had went over, but they didn't when we let us go. And that's how I saved years in town. And after that, I immediately put my story all over the internet and went back, and everyone just started reading their apathy. Unfortunately, my family, when I was safe, when didn't leave. They were too scared. But after that, they had the courage to leave the capital, and I'm so happy that happened because after that, they got into our house. They stole everything. Um, and they got into the houses, our neighbors, and they literally killed around us. I started then telling people to just leave the capital. I got into my hometown. I started working with MSF, with the news. I was on Al Jazeera, I was on BBC, I was CNN talking about Sudan, trying to tell the world what's happening. Who wants to talk about Sudan? No one wants to know what happened. That's just sad. And it was about in 2 days, more than 1 billion people left the country to try to come and flee. People started fleeing through Cairo, people died on the way. Egypt decided to close their borders. Everyone left without passports, without anything. So at the beginning, they're like, you can go. Then they're like, yeah, no, you can. And then if you go to Ethiopia, it's very dangerous because there's a lot of um, so people just kill you around the street sometimes. So you just don't want to go through that road. There was no airplanes. The first thing they did is that they destroyed the airports. They made sure no one's leaving the country. And the airport was in the middle of the city, in the capital. That's the only functioning airport we had at the time. We have another one in the first city. It wasn't functioning to no airplane wanted to land in our country. So if you're stuck, you're just stuck. And that really bad, really horrible. And then like 2 weeks, I was helping refugees in IDPs, office from office shelter. Or it's like if you, it's just like imagine yourself living this amazing life, and then one day you have nothing, not even a mattress. I used to just try to like I don't know, some cloth or anything and put it on the floor for people to be sleeping on, trying to get the meals, water. These like you couldn't oh yeah, you couldn't the bank accounts, you could not have access to that and you had no money. So it was a very bad situation. But a couple of weeks into it I realized that I was supposed to leave because I was to come to my University of Johns Hopkins that I worked so hard for, and I got a scholarship. But my scholarship people were like, "You don't know what's that?" And I was like, "But it is a lot of that." And they didn't negotiate as something like that. But then, like my aunt, we stayed there for 2 weeks, and then third week, my mom came. She was like, "Listen, me, my husband said we're leaving. We're leaving the country. We're going to help us all the family. My dad did not want to leave. My sister, my brother, and it was either I make a decision 2 hours, leave my family, and go to the unknown, not knowing if they'll have a scholarship, if they'll have a fund, if they'll make it. Because if you were to travel to Egypt, you have to go to the wars with it. So there's no way unless you go through the time. But man, that's intense. I am a rival Paul. And I'm like, yeah, Paul, I don't know the phone rights before I'm flying. I don't know if I make it, if I'm you know, man. Like I was thinking, like I don't know what's gonna happen, but after teaching, don't yeah, but and that's like I was like, get why no one can tell you what to do. But I was like, my sister actually, like, it's this you you have to go. And I was like, I can't leave you guys with the come right now. What's gonna happen? What if I don't make it? What if I make it? And Fulbright just say you don't go there. And then in the middle, I was like, okay, I'll just go. I remember a phone call. I was like, listen, man, I'm just going. It was 3 a.m. We got a bus. We went through the capital. We were stopped by the militia. They got into our car. They threatened us all. And unfortunately, we just had a very old grandma with us, and they were like, "Oh, okay, you guys are not harmful." But they got all the young men with us because of this. They're like, "Get off! We might kill you now." It's very, very, very bad experience. Travel orders. We traveled 4 days on board, 3 different buses. Know how many kilometers that is? We had to on the bus and need to just on the ferry. We had to sleep on the borders. We on the way to Cairo. The bus broke twice in the middle of nowhere. And we were 30 people on the bus. And and then for entering the borders, I got an email. I don't know how the network, whenever I worked in Europe, I just got an email from Fulbright saying that they might not give me something. And it's just not, they weren't sure, given that I can never go back. And their main condition was for me to go back to my country. I don't want to stay in the country. So like they're like, you don't know. And I just called my dad and they coming back was like it's too dangerous to come back alone all of that journey through the war. So I just moved forward. I just didn't know if I was gonna make it. I made it to Cairo. First week in the embassy, the consulate in Sudan usually sends me emails saying they canceled my passport. Well, yeah. I don't know what happened at that point, but I didn't. I saw it coming. Okay, I love everything. I don't know if I'm gonna go. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I hope all. I was like, hey, boss, if it happened, I don't think you can make it. I'm so sorry. And yeah, it's just like, it's my excuse that you can get work for the back 3 years to come here, get the best education possible, go back to my country to help restore whatever happened was no longer lost. Fortunately, or was and the university decided to give me another scholarship, which is better than the summer scholarship, is the most prestigious in this university. And I was fortunate enough that I was able to get a visa, which was almost impossible at that time, and I was able to get here. But although I'm here, it's good, but my country's still in war. Um, and every day it's worse. You never know what happens. You never know what will happen. I'm trying to be here to be influential, see if I can get to the United States, speak there, make a change. But this is what's happening in the world. Wars are happening. Generals and very selfish position sides taking houses. Yesterday, I heard of a very, very young woman who teaching my age. Actually, something because on their way of leaving Khartoum, and they just stopped them. They shredded their passports. She got so stressed. She had diabetes. Once they got to Egypt, she just died. And this is what happened to me. This story of someone you know, something horrible happened to them, either in the capital or they're way leaving, or they live in a city where they don't have funding anymore or finance. So yeah, this is what happens then. We're trying to help people back home. Everyone kind of is in Medellin right now, which is the safest state, Jazeera, where my family is, in Port Sudan. There is a lot of dorms and schools that open that everyone is living there, but it's not the greatest living situation. It's bad for the structure, it's very backgrounds, it's barely 3.0 students, it's barely medications. You would see, I literally, when I went there, was 5 people on one bed. It's that bad. And what we're trying to do is send funding, trying to get them at least community, at least cleaning supplies. Like at one point, I was like, okay, let's get that at the minimum you can do. And so it's that. So that's why I'm quite here today. But it would be an if you guys can help or share or send some funding. Like, but the place, but we're here, and there are people like me, a lot of people like me who are able to attend and able to get to universities and able to go around the world. And we're all just trying to be as much influential as we can. We're trying to just inspire other young people to leave the country. And yeah, and I didn't vote peace comes along because I think very saying whatever I deserve this time in life. So yeah. Mixing and sharing, and I think it always know that even when you have to go super things like and five and even or tears, maybe that's just a lot. Have to go back. But there's one thing concerns, but that's pretty sure it's this one. That's too much risk. That's right. Right. It's just the people, some of the worst days of their lives. Let's just ask that you don't want to be the best. And your compassion and mercy making them strength. You strengthen us as we come to this table as one people. You strengthen us and we grab life to come to salvation. You strengthen us. Those days that we were repeating that despair, we read sorrow. You are with us in those days that bear us down. And our gratitude was the Philippians day. Think of all the people living in the corners of stand, especially those who us family and friends. We give you thanks for patience, for those light spirits come and punch to me, and by the very worst of violence, still believe they can make a difference. That is always changed. Once always. Lift up to you, Ray. Continue to surround him as you have. Continue to be with him as he walks the very first days, having lost Patty. Thus, here, our congregation at St. Mark's, your friends, with us at each faces this great light and death. Find us to always trust in you that you and me are so present. And when we have still speak that Right. The Bible words that Jesus taught us to say, great brother saying, our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, power, forever. It's rest in Jesus. Gather to celebrate Passover with his friends, his dearest friends. And even though it was to conference of bread, he celebrated. He said, "This is my body, will be virtue to this remembrance of me." And after supper, said this in context, feel my blood. As often as you drink from it, so in remembrance of me. For as often as you eat so and you drink from this cup, you life, God, and destruction, you are Lord Jesus Christ. Speak once again. So that is of that fundraising. Together. Yeah. You need to prepare. I have mine for time. I don't know. So, like, in the beginning.